martyred, and his family faces all the repercussions of his activism. Umar, you can narrate your story and what you have said on subject.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Yeah, let me start with, first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Altaf Sahab for giving me opportunity to speak in this webinar. As Altaf Sahab said, I'm from Indian occupied Kashmir, and my brother was martyred in 2015. And he's not the only one in our family who has attained martyrdom. And we have around 10 family members who were killed by Indian occupational forces in a current struggle for freedom. Still, I'm not a victim, as people say you are a victim. Rather, I'm a survivor and a fighter. So coming to the topic, that is the absence of a fair trial of political prisoners. I personally was detained in 2013, that's April, and I was detained for 21 days without having any FIR against me. My brother was also in jail. I was tortured for 21 days. I was sent to army, that is Indian Army Medical Hospital. They gave me simple that treatment, and they tore the slip. That was the. But I have no evidence that I was tortured. I was detained. I have only one evidence, that is my broken arm. This one is totally broken. I cannot work with this arm. That is the denial of this trial. Actually, my brother was also in jail, so I was, but I'm a bit emotional, but I'm not a victim. We are fighters, and we fight the occupation, and we feel dignity in fighting. We are proud that our brothers, our family members have attained what we wish to have attained in our time. I'm facing persecution by Indian state. So coming to the topic, that is the denial of or absence of fair trial. There is a history of absence and denial of the fair trial in Kashmir. We have many leaders that's like Qasim Faktu Sahab, Masud Alam Butt, Naim Khan Sahab, and Shabir Shah, and Ghulam Qadir Butt, Asya Andrabi. Females are also there. They are lodged in Tihar jail. They have all denied the fair trial. Actually, denial of fair trial is to break and suppress the political stance, to break the will of our political leaders. Fair trial of Kashmiri prisoners is very much common, because when there is occupation, we expect these things in Kashmir, where rape is used as a weapon of war, and denial of justice to these rape victims, like in Kunan Poshpora, Shupayan double murder rape case. This is the what we see in occupations in Palestine and then in Kashmir. We see these things, but there are two exceptional cases in Kashmir history, that the absence of fair trial. Two are passed of Maqbul Butt and Afzal Guru, but the current situation, there are two exceptional cases of Dr. Qasim Faktu and Masud Alam Butt. Dr. Qasim Faktu has completed 27 years in jail. He was sentenced to life imprisonment. But what does the life imprisonment mean? It means 20 years of jail, according to IPC, Indian Penal Code. But Indian Parliament changed this constitution of its own, changed his own constitution to lengthen the imprisonment of Kashmiri leader. His wife Asya Andrabi Sahiba is also in Tihar jail. And we have reports that there is not a sitting chair. Even a prayer where she is praying 5 times a day, there is no a praying mat in his cell, in her cell. She is denied the medical checkup, and she, along with 2 of his aides, are lodged in Tihar jail. Dr. Qasim Faktu demand is simple and straight: complete freedom from India and merger with Pakistan. This is what he demands, and he has been denied fair trial. Indian Constitution has changed the IPC, the law, to lengthen his imprisonment. Ghulam Qadir Butt, another detainee, has spent 26 years in different Indian jails. And Mustard Alam Butt has now break the record of Dr. Chait Tai Posh, who was lodged for 22 years by Singapore. Dr. Mustard Alam Butt has been detained for 38 times under Public Safety Act. He is the longest surviving political prisoner without any trial. He has been quashed, his PSA has been quashed, and he was again detained. And it has been now 38 times he was detained under this lawless law. There is UPSPA, there are UAPA, the new amended UAPA, which Indian state can declare anyone a terrorist without any trial, without any. They can simply pick a student, a civilian, a shopkeeper. Recently, my friend Irfan Amandar was picked from, which we have a CCTV footage of that. My friend was picked from home at around 11 morning, and next morning he was declared dead in police custody by his law. And his brother was also detained. He was released the next day. But Irfan Amandar, he was my colleague from first standard to university. We have done our masters, but he was declared dead. That's why we have to cross the border. We have come to Pakistan. That's where we are facing persecution back home. That is the situation in Kashmir. But we are not victims, as I'm again looking at the banner that was KIIR has published, that as a victim. I am not a victim. We are fighters. We are fighting the occupation. So we feel dignity in it. And again, the Miss Julie Ward said that current government is it is all about the current government, that is BJP. India was a secular before BJP. It is not secular. India was never a secular state. It's an occupation in Kashmir. We see it as occupation. Whether BJP, whether Congress, or any other ruling party is in Delhi, we see it as occupation. And occupations are never resolved. Let me clear it. They should be vanished, and occupations are there to fall. We are fighting the occupation. That is the main thing. And my observations, what we should do for these political prisoners. We have to build a narrative. And we have to document these things. Unfortunately, in Kashmir, we have not gone through these documentations. We have so many political prisoners, spent 25 years in prisons. They have been acquitted in different courts of India, but we have not documented these cases. Recently, 3 or 4 people were acquitted by Indian court they were innocent. After 23 years, court says they are innocent. Where does these 23 years go? This is the situation in Kashmir, and this is the occupation. When there is occupation, there is resistance. And armed resistance is an important component in any decolonization. The armed resistance is an important factor. We have to do the lawfare. We have to do political. We have to do research, but armed resistance is an important factor. There is UPSPA. There is impunity to armed forces, occupational forces to kill. So we have to observe how India is going. We have to counter that. And if India is going by lawfare, actually this 370, 35A, this is the lawfare. They have changed the constitution. So we have to counter by lawfare. If they are doing any political, so we have to do politics. But if they have UPSPA there, they have UAPA. So we have to counter these things. We have to, there is a liberation, right of liberation is a fundamental right. So we are fighting the liberation. We are fighting for the cause. Inshallah, we will succeed.